Welcome back to another video, everyone. I'm Amy. Today I'm going to be sharing some tips, personal insights and advice to help make your weight loss journey much more fun and to make it work for you. Hi there everyone, nice to see you. So I've had a lot of people reaching out to me asking me for advice on weight loss. I'm not sure if this is because Christmas is approaching and everyone is wanting to make sure that they back up a lot of calories that they can eat on Christmas Day. Now, whatever the reason, the very first thing I'd like to say about weight loss is before we get into this weight loss journey, I'm going to be releasing some content soon to help you with your weight loss journey. Before we get into it, let's come from it from a positive place. So the very first thing that we need to do is be completely honest with ourselves about the reasons that you are trying to lose weight. Because there's probably two sides to it. Maybe a mixture of both. Now, the first may be a feeling of pressure to lose weight, maybe a feeling that you have a negative view about yourself, maybe a feeling of envy or jealousy that you would like to look like someone else, and maybe perhaps a bit of social conditioning that your body doesn't fit the social norm standards of a nice body, an attractive body. So these are what we would look at as being on the negative motivational spectrum for losing weight. Now, I'd like to say to you first though, whatever the reason, I congratulate you on making this decision, because to lose weight, to become lighter, fitter, healthier is always going to be beneficial for you. In fact, when I was going through a very dark period of depression, I put on a lot of weight because I'd totally given up on myself. And I didn't care about myself anymore, and I didn't care how I looked. And then what happened was I spiraled down, feeling a lot more worse about myself. I became a lot less mobile. I felt lethargic and tired, and it just escalated these negative feelings I was having about myself. I didn't want to see anyone. I didn't want anyone to see me. I was just hiding away. I wasn't in any pictures because I hated how I looked so much that I didn't even want to be in pictures with my son. So this is when I sort of hit rock bottom in my life. And I realized that with all of the struggles that I was having emotionally, there was a great deal of difficulty in overcoming those. However, physically, if I started to make some progress physically and start to feel just a little bit better, as I was explaining in a previous video, I'll put the link in this description. Once we start making any progress on ourselves, start feeling like there is a forward momentum in our lives, that we are being productive towards our goals, that we are moving into a positive direction, that we are lighter, fitter, healthier, happier. Once we start to have these feelings and that momentum, the ball is rolling forwards in our life, it can really, really help to drag us out of that hole of depression and that downward spiral, just to start to get a bit of a forward momentum to our lives. So I congratulate you for making this decision for yourself. Now, I would recommend that we come to weight loss for reasons of self-love, rather than feeling that I have to do this because I hate the way that I look and people judge me and I'm not beautiful and I'm fat and I'm ugly. So when we come from that place, that feeling of I'm not good enough, just as I was talking about in the previous video, when we come from that place, it will be quite a struggle for you. So what I would ask you to do instead is try to channel into the feeling of, hey, I really actually care about myself and I matter and I want to be fitter and I want to be happier and healthier. And this is, channel this motivation for your weight loss journey, because this kind of fuel of self-love and self-acceptance and wanting to do things for ourselves is a much greater driving force, and it will really, really give you the push that you need and the motivation that you need, rather than having to fight with yourself and drag yourself through your weight loss journey. It will become a much easier and lighter and enjoyable journey for you. So this is the first step, self-acceptance in its entirety. full honesty with the reasons that you want to lose weight. You can write them down. You can make a comment below and tell me about them. Why do you want to lose weight? Be honest with yourself. Don't lie to yourself. You know yourself better than anyone else. Be completely honest. Come from a place of total self-acceptance. This is what I want for myself. I want to be more beautiful, fitter, healthier, then I'll feel good about myself. Fine. Whatever the reason, be honest. And secondly, I want you to look in the mirror and also be honest about what you see there, and stop trying to lie to ourselves about, I look differently to how I do. Try to visualize a thin person in the mirror. Actually be honest and take a good look at yourself in the mirror. Take off all your clothes and just look at yourself and just say, okay, I am where I am right now, and that's okay. And just accept it, because trying to run from how you look right now will again create this feeling of like a big uphill struggle and a battle with ourselves. So most people kind of attack it in this way, and they find that it's really, really a battle to lose weight, that everything feels so hard and they really have to do so much to make a tiny bit of progress. So if this has been you in the past, I've totally been there. I would encourage you to take a lighter, happier, more enjoyable approach of, I am where I am right now. That's okay. Now I'm going to take this vehicle of mine. This is what I've got. However it looks, this is my vehicle. This is my car. It might be a giant, banged up, old, just battered and barely working car, but it's what I've got and I accept it. And we're going to tune it up and we're going to get it moving and get it working much more healthier. Get it sounding much nicer when it's moving. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to accept ourselves fully as we are in the moment. And from that point, we become in a loving place with ourselves, in alignment with ourselves, not running away from ourselves. Now we're going to get into a bit of the steps towards weight loss. So the second thing I'd like to say, and I really can't stress this enough, mostly because I've tried them, don't go looking for quick fixes. No. The quick fixes do sometimes give results, but for exactly that, a quick amount of time. They're never usually, I can't even think of one example, but I don't want to say I'm 100% sure. They rarely, or if not never, cause lasting changes. So these fad diets, these shakes, these expensive weight loss supplements and things like that, you might see a little bit of a result at first, but I've never seen them allow people to make lasting changes to their physical body. The only way that most people really find, once they've tried all of these fads, is that you actually, even though you've come here trying to find out how to lose weight, you really, and I want to encourage you to find what works for you, because this is how I did it, and it worked so quickly for me once I accepted myself as I was and tried to find ways that worked for me, because you are completely different and unique to anyone else on this earth. Your body metabolism is different. Your DNA is different. Your physique is different. Your organs work differently. So you need to find what works for you. So stop trying to find a quick fix, and instead you can observe and take in a lot of information about how other people have found success, and then try them out. Find the one that makes you feel good about yourself, that you think, I can manage this. Okay? We're not going to be setting ourselves up for failure here. We're not creating a battle with ourselves here. We want to work with ourselves, with what we've got, with our vehicle. How can I get it from here to here? So no quick fixes. Find what works for you. Now this may look very, very different for each person. So the next thing that I would like to recommend is that we start to look at movement. It's impossible. I really want to say this. It's impossible to think that you can lose weight without moving a little bit more than you are right now. Okay, this is absolutely essential, because your metabolism, your movement and your metabolism is so fundamental in this weight loss journey. So literally the foolproof method to losing weight is simply move more and eat a little less of certain things. and more of others. So a small adjustments to your exercise routine and small adjustments to your diet. But the most important thing is that this is enjoyable for you. Okay? There are ways that you can do this that don't need to suck, that doesn't need to feel like every single day is a battle and you don't get to do anything that you like anymore and you don't get to eat anything that you like anymore. So the fourth thing I'd like to say is enjoyment is key. Enjoyment. So for me, for example, the movement. How did I find ways to move more that were enjoyable for me? Well, swimming. Swimming I absolutely love, but that may work for me, might not work for you. What do you enjoy doing that is active? Rock climbing, walking the dog, going out for a walk with friends. Cardio videos on YouTube. You might really enjoy intense cardio workouts because that's very good for stress relief, which is also very good to help you to lose weight. What would you like to do for exercise that works for you, that you enjoy? Because the exercise that will work for you is one that makes you feel great when you're doing it. And after it, you feel that buzz, that enjoyment of lighter. I really enjoyed myself for that hour or half an hour of my day. So incorporate it into your routine. So for me, swimming. And without fail, I will swim 5 to 6 times a week. And I incorporate it into my routine in a manageable way. So I know I have this block of time, and I'm going to allow this time every single day, and it becomes a way of life. So you make moving a little bit more a way of life. You could wake up in the morning, you could put on a 15-minute mobility routine. I've got one actually I can link. Just starting your day moving, getting that forward momentum to your day. What do you like to do? What's enjoyable for you? This doesn't need to be a punishment. You've not done anything wrong. You don't need to punish yourself or fight with yourself. This can be enjoyable. I love swimming. It makes me feel more relaxed, more calm, more peaceful, more at ease. I almost find it like a meditative effect when I'm in the pool. There's people there that I chat to, I enjoy it, it's sociable. 100% of the time, so even on the days where I still struggle to get up and I think I can't do it, I know from experience now that if I just go to the pool, I'll come out and I'll feel completely different. I'll be feeling lighter, happier, more energized. So find that way that works for you. Experiment. What do you enjoy doing that is active and healthy? So the final thing is to incorporate all of these things into your way of life. And the same thing with your diet. Again, find what works for you. Enjoyment is key. You don't have to. What I see so often, and it always fails, and it's failed in me, are these really, really strict diet plans, right? We come at this with a heck of a lot of fight. I'm sick of looking like the way I do. I'm sick of feeling overweight. I want to be fitter and healthier. I'm going to fight this. And you get so much momentum. And right, I'm going to go to the gym for 2 hours every single day. And I'm going to cut out everything unhealthy in my entire diet. I'm just going to eat like vegetables, or I'm going to eat loads of protein. And you cut out everything that you love from your diet. And this just hasn't worked for me. Because when I did this, I've done some really super extreme crazy diets. And without fail, I managed to do them for like 1 to 2 weeks. And then what happens is you build up a lot of resistance within yourself because you're denying yourself the things that you enjoy, like everything that you enjoy, you're just denying it, and you're building up this fight within yourselves. And we've talked about this before, when we're pushing against what we want and our desires and everything like that, then they push back and we're resisting it even more. So that chocolate bar, for example, I'm just going to resist it. I'm not going to eat it. Like you go 2 weeks, maybe a month or whatever it is. I'm not going to eat it. I'm not going to eat it. Push it down, that desire for chocolate. No, I'm going to deny it. I'm going to deny it. And it fights back. And without fail, you get that one day that was crappy at work, you're stressed out, and you just break. You completely break. It all blows up. And then you just like binge out on all of the chocolate and all of the crisps and sit on the couch watching Netflix thinking, I don't care anymore, I failed. Feel terrible about yourselves. And then have to climb out of that hole that you've got into once again. So you've undone all of the hard work. I would like to invite a lighter approach. So yes, it's going to be impossible for you to lose weight without making some small adjustments to your diet. But again, find what works for you. What things could you cut out without feeling too bad about it, without feeling too much of a fight about it? What things could you eat slightly less of and change with something that you enjoy eating, but it's more healthy for you? And again, what works for me might not work for you. So for example, for me, I made a couple of restrictions. I went vegetarian because I could, because it didn't bother me. Not because it's the right thing to do, but because I could easily cut out meat and still feel good and happy and enjoy my food. And at the same time, I still allowed myself one thing that I really enjoy eating, which is dark chocolate. So let's say you cut out a lot of things from your diet. I want you to give yourself that one thing that you enjoy and allow yourself to have it, so that you're not creating so much resistance within yourselves. So for me, dark chocolate, I actually eat quite a lot of it. I wouldn't admit how much I eat, because you think, well, how can you possibly be losing weight? But I do, because I enjoy my lifestyle. I enjoy the swimming. And when you've got that positive vibration going through your body, when you feel good, when you're moving, when you're happier, when you're lighter, when you've got that forward momentum to your life, your metabolism is so much different. When we're stagnating and depressed and hating ourselves and the whole day is just a struggle and trying to fight with ourselves to go to the gym, it's so difficult to lose weight that way. Being happy, you being happy, is actually the number one good thing that you could do in your weight loss journey, because it helps your metabolism so much. So you'll find actually you can eat a lot more things without putting on the weight, because you're burning it. As you're putting it in, it's burning. Your whole metabolism is like a fire, just burning much more easily and brighter. So I hope that you found this beneficial. Comment below, let me know how you're doing. Let me know what your insights were. Let me know what your goals are for your weight. And remember to like and subscribe to my channel. As I said, I'm going to be releasing some weight loss content soon. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Lots of love.